Microsoft List Form is a game-changing tool that has been hidden in plain sight, and today I'm pulling back the curtain. The knowledge you will gain in this video isn't just about forms, it is about transforming how your organizations handles data. This could be the career accelerating skill that will set you apart this year. In this video, you will discover why you should start using Microsoft List Forms and how to use Microsoft List Form to streamline your processes. Welcome back. Here are 4 good reasons why you should start using Microsoft List Forms. Number 1, it is built on top of Microsoft List. It's directly synced to it. So there's no need to build a separate forms and create a Microsoft Automate flow that connects data from forms to a backend. These directly sync to your list. Better data quality. You can now use some data type that help you control data quality which are not available on Microsoft Forms. For example, people picker feed, lookup feeds. You can enforce unique submission. You can format date range. You can even create several multiple forms built on the same SharePoint list. Reason number 3, you can export live data to Excel just like it's possible within Microsoft Forms. And at the click of few buttons, you can create Power BI report from it. Just like you have on Microsoft Forms, you can also attach files here, which means you are not losing the flexibility you have on Microsoft Forms, which is file attachment options. To be honest, these are just few. And even if none of this is appealing to you, I'm sure the data quality should be appealing to you. Now that I've shared with you why you should use the form, let's go to how to use. I'm going to show you by action. So let me switch to my screen and show you how to do this. For this use case, I'm going to be creating a Microsoft List Forms to manage the training and feedback of Vancouver Bazaar. This is a fictional company that I just create and use for my demo cases. So this is HR Human Resources Department SharePoint list, and I'm going to be creating a list. 2 lists. One to manage training, where we can just put in all the training we want to go through for the year and the budget and few information about those trainings. And the second one is going to be the feedback. When these employees actually go for the training, they have to fill the form just to update some information. I'm going to click right here and click on new list. Instead of creating blank, I have a sample of that created already. I'm going to select from an existing list so that I can just capture all the column. I'll come over to demo, then I have my training list. We're going to start first with training list. I'm going to click on next. Okay, so this is training list. I'm going to click on create. This list has few columns: program name, we have training date, budget, maximum participants, and that is all. So I'm going to be filling this with some sample data. So I've populated this with 5 different trainings, and let's use this. Even though these are master training lists, it's not really the list where people provide feedback, but let's use this to get to know forms. At the top right here on my list on SharePoint, you're going to see forms. When I click on forms, you see it's empty, and I can create multiple forms here. So all I have to do is to click on new form. And I have this beautiful design that I can actually further customize. One of those columns here is title. I don't need this title, so I can remove it. And all the columns you have on your forms are going to be showing here, including some that you can actually use. For example, file attachment. I really don't need any attachment now, so you can also add it if you need it. And you can further customize this feed. I'm going to give it a name. Training list. It's a training list form. I can add the logo. If I don't need one, if I want to describe what it means, I can put that here. So just as it is, I can further come down here to customize this. Probably I want it to be of this design. I want this. Or I can even create my own style where I can choose from this array. Create your own style, not that flexible, just meaning you can tweak these further by choosing a theme, by choosing some background gradient. But you can't do really more than that. Okay. Hopefully, they're going to make changes to this. Also, under settings, you can notify the creator anytime people fill the form, not the people who fills the form, right? And you can select when should be the start date or the end date and customize some messages, just like you would do on Microsoft Forms, just that some of those features are also not available yet. Oh, so I have this. The changes also sync live. You can preview by clicking on this button. It's just going to show you how the form looks. Okay. And if you are okay with this, you can open in a new tab. You go back to preview. You can send out your form by copying the link. And right here, this is what it will look like for people who actually want to fill the form. I'm going to be filling it by adding another data set. So this is right here, training. This is actually last, this January. Budget for this is 2,000. And the maximum participant for this is 25. I'm going to click submit. As I click submit, you see this, submit another response or make your own list, all these kind of ads. But if I go back to the list, I have 5 here. When I refresh, I'm going to see time management skills. This is the date, this is the budget, this is the maximum participant. And if you go back here, you're going to see the list is right there. All right. This is not really the big one that we're going to use. I'm going to create another list that will manage the training feedback. And this particular list is also going to have a lookup to this training list. So let's go ahead and create new one. I've got home page here and click new and list. This time around, I'm going to create from blank. I'm going to call this training feedback. No, right, training feedback. Click on create. I'm going to hide this first column. Come to column settings, hide this column. Okay, let's create the feeds on our training feedback list. Good news, you can actually do that from forms. So I'm going to click on forms, new form. It's new. The only thing there is the title feed and attachment, which actually come by default. But I can uncheck this and start creating everything from scratch. Let us start by giving our form a name. I'm going to come over and call it training feedback. I'm going to add a logo by just uploading a file from my system, and now it's time to create the feed. Let's click on add new. You will see different options. These are the data type you can actually create for forms. If you are creating that already on list, you have multiple options, but here it's limited to this. You can create a calculator column, you can create a yes, you can create yes or no, but you can create rating, and a few other restrictions like that. So let's start with the choice, and this time around, this choice is going to be for role. What is your role? And this choice, is it required? Yes. And I'm going to say manager or employee. So later we might use it. You can add more choice option. I'm going to delete this. As you can see, I've created one called role. If I close this, you can see right here, the column is there, role, because it's been created. So when you create new columns from the forms, it also reflects on the list itself. Let's also go ahead and create more columns directly from the list. I'm going to create a column, which is a lookup column. And this is going to be program name. This will feed in from the list. We have training list. Exactly. It's going to feed off from my training list. And on the training list, I need program name. So I'm going to click program name. If you need additional column to be, brought in alongside when you are using that lookup feed, you can actually select them from here, but it's limited. For example, we really do not have things like budget, which I already created, is not available here. As far as the number feed, if it's a text feed, you might be able to select it. So it's not showing up here in my lookup list, but I'm just okay with this. Let's create a few more columns. General feedback is going to be a multiple line of text. General feedback. And let's go back to forms and use our forms to create others. So we have this, all these columns are here now. Program name, general feedback. What other columns do we have? Let's create one and call a person feed. Who did you hand over to? During this training. Do you see? It allows you to select people within your organization without typing name. There could be a lot of error there and data quality issue, but right here you are selecting person within your organization, the name. That is amazing. And we're also going to add few more feeds. To view this form, I'm going to go to send form, copy the link, and here is training feedback form. Right here I can select my role, my manager, program name. It feeds directly from the list of training. So as you are maintaining that master list, you continue to have those lists of training. This is effective communication, general feedback. It was a highly engaging training. Who did you hand over to? As I'm typing, it's going into my organization and picking the name of the person. And it's a people feed, meaning it collects all the other details about them, their email, their department, their manager, all those things. You can extract it from that feed. Training cost, it costs 3,000. Describe how useful was the training for your role. Better communicator since I attended the training. Did the training align with team goals? Yes. I'm going to click on submit. Submitted. Let's go back to our SharePoint list. I'm going to close this form. I'm going to refresh the list. And there we go. Everything is right there. It is right there. Okay. This is amazing because it feeds directly to this. Now, we have a few other things we're going to do. For example, I can customize this form. Let me give the training feedback. I'm going to call it employee. This is the training feedback for employee. So for employee, I do not need them to tell me if it align with this. Did the training align with the team goal? This is only for manager. So I'm just going to unselect. How useful training cost is only for manager. I'm going to unselect. Who did you hand over to? Yeah, this is fine. General feedback, program name and role. Fine. This is going to be for employee, right? And everything is saved. Okay. I'm going to come over here to the form and create another form. And this is going to be for manager. So training feedback manager. All right, I'm going to add logo, the same logo. Title, I'm going to remove title, role. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. General feedback. Who did you hand over to? I don't need that because the manager doesn't need to fill that. Training cost, yes, for manager. Describe how useful was the training. This is for the employee. Did the training align with the team goal? Yes. And this is it. So this is for manager. Of course, you might want to also change the team for manager. This is manager or something like this for manager, and the green for employee. And the settings, everything is fine now. You can customize message, message submission. And right here, you can send, I'm going to copy. Here's the form for employee, training feedback employee that sync now. And this is the same one for manager. And for manager role, manager, the previous one I chose manager. So I'm just going to program effective communication. Then we can move to leadership essentials. Amazing training session. Training cost, this cost 2,700. Did they align? Yes. I'm going to click submit. Can submit on that list. If you come back here, I close this, I refresh this, you see manager is there. Because I don't need, as a manager, I do not need to hand over, while attending the training. I assume that way. So that is why the feed is not on my form. But you can see this Ariana is a people feed, and there's so much you can pick about that person and use automation to carry out. Do you see how, to be very honest, it helps with data quality? This will serve a lot of functions and purpose, and you should start using it now. Let me show you how easy it is to actually, analyze this data. Don't forget, you can always export this data and connect live, like really live. You can see even the option to export to Power BI. But right here, you can also, for the training list where we have much more data, by going to integrate Power BI and click visualize the list, it open Power BI, sync the data, and automatically create a report for me. You can see that, create a report, and it's going to generate that report just with the click of buttons. And the data still reside there, and it's real time. So as people are making those updates, the dashboard also refreshes and say, my report is ready. And you can customize this further just to design. But if you are interested in just viewing data, sum of budget, $18,000, I never knew. Maximum participant based on the max of participants. This is not useful for me because this is just to set limit and restrictions on the total number of people that can attend those trainings. So I can always take that out if I'm not interested in it. That's why I can click on edit button here, And as you can see right on this, I can see that Leadership Essential is the highest, most expensive training. We invest a lot in developing our people to become leaders, cyber security awareness, of course, project management basics. Yes, it takes project management skill to actually do what we do right here. To publish this to the list, all you have to do is just click on Publish to List and give it a name. Training list report, and click Publish. And once this is published, what that means is if I go back to my list and refresh, I can access this report easily by going to Integrate, Power BI, and going to say Training List Reports. When I click on it, it just takes me straight away to this one. It doesn't have to create it from beginning like it did the very first time where you are visualizing the list. Awesome. I want you to be aware that the team is currently making changes to this feature. So there are still some data types that are not available when you are creating your forms. And on the UI UX, you cannot customize it as much as you will do in Microsoft Forms. For me, as long as the information is to be shared within the organization and people that are filling this form, they're internal to the company, I will choose Microsoft List Forms in several occasions.